Granny used to tell me all the time, sparks when faith and preparation combine. The road been right here all this time, but you gotta look with more than your eyes. And small axe Jesse Ryle representing for I Just Star Mindset, rich forever.
I see, like Professor Horace Campbell would tell you, this is the time of the African reconstruction, and it's important Africans get into that mindset that Africa needs to reconstruct. We're not developing. You see, when you're developing, it's like you're just beginning. You know, but we've had ancient glory, and it's time to reconstruct those glories based on the current dynamics, using technology, for instance. And I was saying on my way coming here, I was thinking about the eye, and I said, yeah, today I'm going to talk to the historian. Because what you're doing right now is you're recording history, real history, in real time. When the people were telling the stories that they've compiled in the scriptures, a lot of those stories were narrations from people who heard from people. But now, you're all doing it in real time. You're talking to the people who are making history in real time. And a lot of times too, I tell people I'm excited about the African story. You know why? If you look at, let me use the word development still. If you look at societal development over the ages, if you look at how long it took Europe to develop at the start of the Industrial Revolution to the First World War, the number of years it took, then from the First to the Second World War to the Marshall Plan, which helped Europe reconstruct, and then you look at where Europe is now. If you look at the African story, Africa is going to leverage technology to be able to reconstruct its civilization faster. And that's why I say it's exciting for me. And it's even more exciting when I see Rastafari doing these things. You know why? Because as a kid growing up, some Rasta used to burn education, even going to school, even things like this in the early days. Some Rasta used to burn it. You understand? But Haile Selassie don't tell us already that we should take advantage of the benefits of modern civilization. And that's why I tell you, for me, it's exciting times to be in Africa, to be alive. And I look forward to the next 5 to 10 years. And another exciting thing too that's happening right now is the linkage and the bridges being built between the diaspora and Africa. Because I remember back in the day, it was more people visiting, people coming as tourists. But now you see people who are coming to live, and people who are coming to integrate and contribute skills and knowledge and resources. And that's why I tell you, it's an exciting time for Africa. The only thing is that we need African leadership that can be aligned to the needs of the people. Because, for instance, there's this conversation going on in Ghana about the lithium. Recently we found lithium, and lithium is like one of the game changers now. If you think about what people like Elon Musk are doing with the electric car, and the role lithium is playing in the electric car because of the battery, and in mobile form. People felt that we could have leveraged that and negotiated a better deal. But listening to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, he says the deal we got is the best deal so far, better than any mineral deal we got. But what civil society is also saying is, couldn't it have been better? You know, so those are the things that African leaders have to watch out, so that we're not exploited out of our own resources and we don't get the maximum benefits where the so-called investors get the most benefits. But I'm positive that the next generation or the coming generation of African youths will be well in tune to the needs of the people, so that there will be more people focused, people centered for the benefit. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That is important. Let me ask you a very serious question. Seeing Rastafari, and not just in Ghana, but we are got more focus on Ghana, but this is a more wider question, but I want you to answer it based on what is happening here in Ghana. Alright. Development, as I was speaking a while ago, that development is like something that you just started. You just start something. The movement of Rastafari is, we know, started in the early 30s, late 20s coming up. And there been talks of repatriation and back to Africa and so forth. Back to Africa, repatriation and development, alright. Education and school and hospital, health, is one of the most paramount things within, or two of the most paramount things within Rastafari. Why is it that we haven't seen Rastafari, the community, developing like schools and hospitals here in Ghana?
You know why I laugh? It's a very interesting question. It's a very good question. And when I reason with I brethren and sister, one of the things I say is, or then I ask, which examples are you measuring this need by? Then they say, oh, the churches. And I say, mention a church. Then they will either mention the Roman Catholic Church or the Presbyterian Church or the Ahmadiyya Mission or the Muslim something. And I'll say, how long have these traditions been around? Hundreds of years. In their early days, they must have been thinking about doctrinal issues, about structural issues, about organizational issues. And then a couple of 100 years down the road, you understand? Because if they met in Nice like AD what, 600 or something?
600 AD.
So you measure from that time till now, which is 2100.
24.
And you deduct, you realize that that's a couple 1,500 or something odd years that they've then been working on these things and getting to this level. To do these things, to build, to etc. Now, having said that, remember I earlier said that for me it's exciting that Africa can leverage technology to fasten our development curve. Because if you think of 1776, when the Americans were looking at their independence and things, coming forward to 200 years down the line, 1996 or so. 1776, they were riding horses to deliver message and thing. I at this time of our national evolution, we're having the benefit of technology, we're having the benefit of instant streaming, we're having all these benefits. So we should be able to have a faster route to development or to improving the lots of our people than what you call it. So it's important that Rastafari at this time realize that even if we haven't been able to develop our structures and our systems to be able to coordinate on the level of some of these other organizations, we should be able to start picking the lower hanging fruits. You know, we should be able to start adopting communities, start doing stuff, small things, before even if we start leveraging the strength of our Rastafari nation, where, for instance, if we say, let's say $1 million, what you call it, education fund or health fund. You understand? If even 10,000 Rastaman pay how much? You understand? How much dollar? If it's $10 or $100, you're getting $1 million to set up the fund. You know, so we're gradually getting to that level where, you see, they say necessity is the mother of invention, where the need for I and I as a body of people to do these things, even if not for our self-interest, but for the interest of our fellow Africans. These are the things that will lead us to start doing some of these things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I also know that there's racists who are engaged in certain health and education projects. You understand? Not just in Ghana, but all over the African continent. In Ghana, I know some brethren from Bermuda, Rasmusi, who they built like a social recreation center where they show the children wellness living and, you know, those kind of things. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Powers. All right. There is the president of the Rastafari Council here in Ghana. Talk us through that. What does that entail? What is your role? What as a president?
So the Rastafari Council Ghana started in 2009, and it's a follow-up on some efforts by the community to get all mansions and all Rastafari along the same line. What do I mean? So when the ordinary, or when the regular Ghanaian sees I, they do not see EWF, they do not see 12 tribe, they do not see Boko, they do not see B. What do they see?